We take the conversation now to Ghana, where shop owners are threatening to close their business premises on Monday, the 29th of August, to protest against the weakening of the country's currency, I beg your pardon, which is the cedi. At 10 cedis to the US dollar, traders say they find it difficult to stay in business as the cost of importing and clearing goods continues to rise. Also, prices for most basic goods and services have doubled over the last couple of months in Ghana, but incomes for the most part. According to the president of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Joseph Obeng, the aim of the demonstration is to show government the extent that they are suffering and not punish the consuming public.
In solidarity with the planned demonstration, the Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders, an umbrella body for clearing agents, says it will also cease operations on Monday. There are concerns about the country's public debt, which now stands at $45.5 billion, about £3.3 billion, more than 77% of the country's gross domestic product, GDP. We're joined this morning by editor and political affairs analyst Wilberforce Asare. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to the show. Mr. Asare, can you hear us? All right. While we, of course, try to establish a proper connection with Mr. Asare this morning, the conversation is mostly about how Ghanaians are very uncomfortable with the current economic situation. Good morning, Mr. Asare. Can you hear us?
Good morning. I can hear you.
Okay, brilliant. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. The move by the shop owners in Ghana seems to be a very serious one. Can you share with us, how bad the situation has gotten, and what's the likelihood, that a demonstration will yield any positive results?
Indeed, the decision by the Ghana Union of Traders Association to embark on some sort of a strike action by asking its members to close its shops will certainly cause a very difficult situation in our country. And that's because they are the small traders, and a lot of people buy their goods from these small traders. And so any action by them by way of closing their doors or shops is going to cause a lot of problems. The reasons behind their decision is that they are complaining about the fact that the Ghanaian cedi has depreciated so much against the US dollar, which is the international trading currency. And as a result of that, it is making their businesses difficult to operate. They are unable to get access to United States dollars to go onto the international market and to buy goods to come and sell within the Ghanaian jurisdiction. But I can tell you that there is a body, it's a constitutional body, it's called the Council of State. And the Council of State is a body that our Constitution establishes to advise the President of matters and also to intervene on other pertinent national issues. They have, in a meeting with the leadership of GUTA yesterday, decided to form a steering committee that will bring on board all the issues that GUTA is raising and to find a solution to it. So to that end, the Ghana Union of Traders Association has decided to hold on with its decision to ask its members to close their shops pending the negotiations between the steering committee that has been set up by the Council of State and also members from GUTA. So the latest of this whole thing is that GUTA appears to have taken the decision to hold on with its directive to its members pending the negotiations between them and the Council of State, which will subsequently be presented to the President. So this meeting is expected to take place on Monday, the 29th of August, so that they can come to a compromise, paint the correct picture, and then they can receive government intervention directly.
Mr. Asare, inflation in Ghana now stands at over 31%, which is the highest it's been in 20 years. And of course, the government has pointed the blame at COVID-19 pandemic and the recent Russia-Ukraine war. Is this really all that there is to it, or is there more?
Well, so the two issues that you have mentioned, which has to do with the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic and the ongoing Russian-Ukraine war. Essentially, the war has resulted in increases in fuel prices. And in our country, as soon as fuel prices are going up, it affects the price of virtually everything. So fuel prices increasing equals increases in prices. One of the contributing factors to our inflation situation now has to do with the level of imports that we do as a country. And it's become a real issue for discussion. As a country, we used about $600 million to import chicken from outside our country. And if you are in a country like ours and you import up to $600 million of chicken, that certainly is a problem. And it is something that would need to be addressed. So beyond the Russian-Ukraine war, there is also the issue about the fact that our imports are overwhelming. It is impacting negatively on our economy. And if we don't do something about it immediately, we stand the risk of collapsing our own economy with our own hands. It is time for us to be growing what we eat and eating what we grow. And that is something that is catching up momentum here. For example, in your country, Nigeria, we know that you've banned the importation of rice. In our country, we used about $400 million just to import rice. And it's practically unsustainable. So the reality is dawning on the people of Ghana. And gradually, with good communication, I believe that these issues that are affecting inflation will be addressed.
Well, it sounds, like pretty much, the same theory or narrative here, produce locally and eat locally and all of that. But, I'm sure those things aren't things that happen or change in a week. It takes a process. It takes quite a lot of planning, and steps to be taken before those things eventually materialize. But I want to ask about Guta now. How influential are they? And how much damage will this also cause if these the strikes actually go on or the demonstrations go on as planned?
Well, so Guta is a very strong institution in our country, and the right explanation for the abbreviation is the Ghana Union of Traders Association. And the name alone speaks for itself, that they are the union of traders. In our country, traders constitute the biggest portion of service providers. And they are the people who actually go out of this country to import and to sell, majority of them. And so they are a very important institution. When they speak, the government listens to them. However, they do not have all the wherewithal to hold the country to ransom. They are a very powerful force. When they speak, they must be listened to, but there is a bigger organization, which is the Association of Ghana Industries, and they are the bigger company or the bigger union that deals with all this. So Guta finds itself under the AGI in terms of its operations, but they are still a very powerful force that cannot be overlooked. And that is the reason why no mean an institution than the Council of State had to step in and to talk to them, draw their attention to the challenges that the country finds itself, which is as a result of global issues, not just domestic issues, so that they can meet each other and be on the same page for purposes of developing the country's economy. So they are an important force.
All right, thank you so much for joining us. We'll certainly be following updates. We know that the meetings are happening and we hope that it ends peacefully and this is resolved as quickly as possible for the people of Ghana.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you and enjoy your weekend.